Everybody, it's Liliana Rowena, and today I'm going to be doing another reading from my craft room because I think this is a very cute little area to film in when I'm deciding to use my web camera. Without further ado, this is the second part to Romanticizing Your Rental. Romanticizing Your Rental, Part 2, June 13th, 2014. Now that we've figured out how to painlessly improve the interior architecture of a rental, let's talk about those items you fill it with. The colors, textures, sizes, and styles of what you bring in will greatly affect what your apartment looks like. So take some time to collect inspiration and figure out what you like before committing. The decor that fills it. For my own world, I am inspired by the interiors of French cottages. Their curvy furniture in milky whites and creams has an ethereal presence that I'd love to capture, and all the little details add a charm you could scarcely pick out unless you inspected the parts. But whatever suits your fancy, there is need for a cohesive look that can handle the workload of apartment life. Furniture. It must be said that smaller spaces require smaller furniture, but that doesn't necessarily correlate to their physical size. What does that mean? For a romantic apartment, lighter looking furniture is a must. Curves and thin legs and carved out negative space will give the illusion of a bigger room with their floating figures, whereas blocky furniture will weigh it down and is better left to one or two pieces. As with all guides about furnishing small spaces, I must mention the importance of multifunctional items. A bench with shoe storage or a bed skirt hiding pull-out bins are a smart use of crucial space that would otherwise go unused. Items like the daybeds from IKEA are perfect because as well as providing extra storage, they serve the dual purpose of a couch and a bed. My favorite place to find furniture thus far has been my local Craigslist because of the quality to be found at affordable prices. The other places I peruse are antique fairs and shops, or consignment and thrift stores. As of late, IKEA has begun stocking furniture with more romantic details, but for the price and quality, I find that local listings still prevail. There is also the option of freshening up your current furniture with a few embellishments. On a whim, we bought a beautifully structured armoire with unfortunate stains and rusty hardware that could easily transform with a washover of ivory, a few appliques, and a few knobs. Electronics. Technology often appears unpleasantly modern or dull in the atmosphere of a romantic apartment. There is no getting around how useful they are despite their appearance. The obvious solution would be to try to find them in a pleasing case, but those options are very limited and may not conceivably be the be-all end-all solution for every electronic. One of the more reliable ways this can be remedied is simply by hiding the devices where applicable, such as enclosing an unsightly vacuum in the pantry or keeping gaming systems behind the media center door. Even draping a pretty cloth over an old monitor when not in use can do wonders. Loose items. Loose items is my catch-all for the many knickknacks we Lolitas seem to revel in collecting. From head bows to teapots and stuffed alpacas, there is always some collection or pile of oddities finding their way to the top of a dresser. I've spent the past month getting rid of a lot of these loose items, and I must say it's hard to miss them when the result is a much more cohesive and up-to-date look at my interests. The remaining knickknacks have been ceremoniously arranged in a hutch for that simple purpose, and those items I cannot bear to rehome have taken residence in a storage box. The items you choose to display make an impact on your decor either in terms of interest or tangled mess. To stick to the former, you have to make sure they all have a home. Adding loose items should be done sparingly and only under circumstances where they will enhance the appeal of an area. Pillows are such a great example, as couches and beds can always use that plush decorative touch. Join me soon for part 3 where we talk about to freshen up the space. How do you imagine your dream decor to be? I'd love to know in the comments. Have a sugar sweet day, and thanks for reading. So it doesn't look like part 3 ever got written, unfortunately, but I do think that second half of the guide is a lot more applicable to what I did in my own apartment. The stuff from part 1, as I stated in that video, seems like way too much work for me. I have a much more modernly inspired Sweet Lolita look to the apartment, than I think is being described here, where first off, I'm not naturally a very neat person, so being like having that very clean, like creams, whites, pinks only sort of aesthetic probably would not work very well for me, because I need it to look nice when there's some clutter around. We have little stuffed animals hidden in different places, and lots of posters everywhere. And I am also sharing the space. I don't live by myself. Fortunately, though, our styles fit together really, really well. So it just kind of results in a pastel with like little bits of Halloween hidden around the house. Although I think we could stand to have more of the Halloween around. But yeah, I feel like that second part of the guide is a lot more applicable to more people than like trying to put crown molding into places and stuff like that, because I feel like you're a lot less likely to accidentally damage your apartment doing those things. And you guys couldn't see it, but there was a picture of a monitor covered in like a lace doily, and I think that's adorable but also unnecessary. I don't know if it's just because I grew up with computers, but I don't find like walking by my work monitor that like really disrupts the flow of the look of my apartment. I don't find that electronics and like game systems like look like clutter to me, and I don't know if that's just because I grew up in a different time than the person who wrote this, because I don't really think game systems look like clutter. I do think it's really fun to put skins on it. Like I have this pastel rainbow skin on my Switch, which I really, really like. It's like got a little moon. I think it was from Sticky Bunny. Yeah, it was from Sticky Bunny. It was really cute. I really liked it. You can like take them on and off, and I think that looks adorable, but I definitely don't think it's a requirement in the way that this kind of video implied that, not video, this kind of article from that time implied that it would be. I really wonder what they would have written in part 3, but it doesn't look like they ever wrote part 3 because there was no hyperlink to it. And when I kind of scrolled through the archives, I couldn't see anything like that. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Next week, I will actually be doing my apartment tour. Not apartment tour, oh my goodness. My wardrobe tour. And I think I have to stick to one video a week. I think that's the most that I can make right now with my current schedule. So you guys will be seeing that next week. Thank you guys so much for watching. I have all of the places you can find me linked down below, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Liliana Rowena,